Hi everybody, welcome to EduFacts. In this video, we shall discuss about the reproductive phase of life in human beings. So it is the part and parcel of adolescent stage. Dear aspirants of School Assistant Biology, TGT and PGT Biology, this is an important topic in your exam. See, there are various types of questions will be framed from this topic. So initially I am doing this for the concepts which are very essential at the beginners level. So it is the 8th class standard of state syllabus of Telangana. So it will be very useful not only in the school assistant biology or any exams, it is also useful in any competitive exams because it is an important topic. So get into the topic to discuss about it. So reproductive phase of life. In the previous video, we discussed about the reproduction. What is reproduction? We discussed about reproduction process. So reproduction is nothing but a life process. Reproduction is nothing but a life process which continues its race. So there will be a question like this: what is the process which involved in the continuation of life? Your answer must be reproduction. Means the continuation of life is only possible by means of this reproduction process. So continuation of any life, continuation of human race or any other living organisms race, it is possible by means of only a life process which is reproduction. So that may be the important question in a competitive level. Right, let us discuss about the remaining part of reproductive life. See, actually in adolescent stage, either in boys or in girls, they get mature to give their young ones. So usually at the age of 10 to 12 years, mostly 11 years, at the age of 11 years, girls, they get mature to produce, means they will get the capability to reproduce. At this age, it is very essential age and important age to learn about the sex education to all the adolescents, because in this age they have to know their reproductive organs, reproductive parts and their functions, and how an adolescent must take care of their sexual organs and their cleanliness. So each and everybody should know the sex education, which is very essential to control ourselves. So at the age of 11 years, usually girls start mature. In maturity is nothing but it is releasing of egg. Maturity is nothing but releasing of egg. Egg release starts at the age of 10 to 12 years, means mostly at the 11 years age, the egg of a female will release. So this releasing of egg, first time, it is known as menarche. Menarche is the releasing of the egg in the female for the first time. This is said as menarche. Menarche starts at the age of 11, mostly at the age of 11, but it is also different on individual differences. See, nowadays the girls, usually because of pollution, because of taking unsafe milk, they are getting matured early. So usually when we drink milk, when we consume milk, Usually milk is we get from cows and buffaloes. For high yielding of milk from the cows and buffaloes, some of the dairy farms, they give injections to the estrogen injections to the livestock. Because of that injection, the hormone remains in the milk, and if the girl consumes the same milk, because of different activities taken place in the female body, it increases the level of estrogen in the girls, and it leads to early maturity in the girls. It is not safe. And in male, there will be a difficult and different problem faced in the male because of this unsafe milk. That is, maturity levels will be very, very late. That may be the one of the difficulties faced from the dairy products, unsafe dairy products. So finally, egg releases at the age of 11, 12, like that. Usually, the egg is released every month. 2 ovaries are present, as we discussed in the previous video. 2 ovaries are present in the female reproductive system. So alternately, egg will be released from 1 month to another. Means, for example, egg is released in the left ovary in this month. For the next month, right ovary releases the egg. So alternate months, they release the egg in alternate months. So anyhow, egg is released from the ovaries, right? And what about boys? What about, boys, adolescent boys? Adolescent boys, as we know, that testes will be developed because of an hormone, testosterone. A hormone testosterone is present in boys. In male, testosterone is the secondary sexual hormone, whereas in female, estrogen is a female sexual hormone. So because of these hormones, testosterone plays to release sperm. So anyhow, testes release the sperm. When a male gametes fused with the female gamete, then usually we call it as fertilization. So fertilization is nothing but fusion of male and female gametes. Here we see in the flow chart, we will discuss very easily about it. So a male and a female. Male releases testes and male contains testes as a male reproductive organs, and ovaries are the female reproductive organs. Testes releases sperms. What is the structure of sperm? We discussed in the previous video. If you have any queries or problems, you can see that video. Right? Sperms are released from the testes, and an egg is released. Ovum is released from an ovary. When these sperm and ovary fused each other, this process is called as fertilization. Because of the fertilization, zygote is formed. This zygote, it divides, and when this fertilization is formed, actually where does fertilization is taken place? The fertilization is taken place in fallopian tubes. In fallopian tubes, the fertilization is taken place. So zygote is formed after the fertilization. Zygote is formed. This zygote divides many times, right? Then it becomes as embryo, and this embryo divides. After 3 months, it is called as fetus. Then this fetus, it grows in the mother's womb for 9 months or 270 to 280 days. That is called gestation period. After that, baby is released. If fertilization is not taken place, if the fertilization is not taken place, what will be happen? So if the fertilization is not taken place, from this ovum, from this ovary, when ovum is released, if this ovum is not fertilized, then after releasing of this egg, then what will happen? It bursts. It bursts. If it is not fertilized, it bursts, and it comes out from the vagina along with some blood particles and burst endometrium layer. This is called menstruation. Menstruation, for every 28 days, the menstruation is taken place in female, an adult female or an adolescent female. So that is menstruation. Usually menstruation, so this is what the female reproductive system. In this female reproductive system, usually egg is released from here and egg is traveled like this and comes here. Fertilization is not taken place. At the time of this, here endometrium will be developed and it comes here. There is no fertilization is taken place. Then this endometrium layers and this egg will burst and it comes out through the vagina as a blood particles and other particles. Then it is called as menstruation. So menstruation taken place in every 28 days. Right. So here we have to discuss one thing. Up to how many days, up to how many years this menstruation is taken place in the women? So usually the menstruation is taken place in the women 45 to 50 years. At the age of 45 to 50 years, in between the 45 to 50 years, the menstrual cycle will be stopped in the women. That is called as menopause. That is called menopause. Okay, menopause is the period which the menstruation cycle will be stopped. Okay, about this menstruation, some myths are there in some religions or some castes. Usually this menstruation is a very natural phenomena. It is a very natural phenomena in the nature of a female reproductive system. But because of this menstruation, of when a girl starts her menstruation, then some of the families do not allow into even the kitchens, and she is isolated from the family members and other. That is called it is a myth, and it is a very bad practice, and the girl is not allowed to take even bath also. So it is a very bad practice. We have to educate the girl childs and families. It is a very bad thing. They have to maintain more hygienic condition, more cleanliness during this menstruation period. So that must be remembered. Next, so nowadays it is reduced, but some of the tribes and some of the villages of our nation, child marriage is a common practice even today also. It is a social evil, because in child marriage, at the adolescent girl, she starts her menstruation, but she is not ready to carry the baby. Her body is not ready to carry the baby or ready to accept the pregnancy healthily. So at this time, at this age, marriage at this age is not good. So we have to stop the child marriages. Dear friends, in your area, if any happens like this, we have to call just 1098 number. 1098 is the child care number. If any child face any type of problem, you just contact a number 1098 1098 number. Then the government authorities will come and they will look after that matter. So my dear friends, it is only this, I already told you, it is only the syllabus of 8th standard, right? We shall discuss in detail about the reproductive system in upcoming classes. Until then, keep watching my channel and share with your friends. Don't forget to like it. Thank you very much.